So in order to open your eBay account, the first thing you're going to do is jump into the eBay homepage and create a new account. Go to the top of the page and click register here. Next, eBay will ask for some general information, such as your first name, last name, email address, and password. Once you put all of that information, you're going to go ahead and click on create an account. It's important for me to mention that all of the information that you provide is realistic information. So please provide your real name, your real last name, and an email address that you actually use. So now that you have created your new eBay account, the first thing you have to know is your seller limits. Every new account has basic limits. So when choosing your items, you're going to go ahead and choose them wisely. And to do that, we're going to use the best market research methods, and afterwards, we can request a limit increase, which will make it all easier for us. Alright, so if you have an existing eBay account and you plan on using it to start selling on eBay, this is what you need to do. First, you need to open a seller account. And to do that, you're going to go to Account Settings. From here, you're going to scroll down to Selling and click on Subscriptions. After that, you're just going to go ahead and click Choose a Store. And then you should be seeing this message in this red box. Once you have read it, go ahead and click Add Payment Method. So of course, to add your payment method, you will have to open a seller account or create a seller's account. And to do that, you have the option to click here to create a seller's account. So now eBay will direct you to this page on how to set up your selling account, how to connect your Payoneer account, how to sync eBay and Payoneer profiles, add a credit card or debit card for seller charges or selling costs, and submit registration info. Alright, in this video, I'm going to show you how to connect to the eBay Managed Payments and how to connect it directly to your Payoneer account. Now we're going to get the process started by clicking on the Get Started button. Here you can see an explanation about eBay and managing payments. So in an effort to make eBay a simpler, more modern managed marketplace, eBay is now managing payments for sellers in your region. Basically what they're saying here is they're changing the eBay payment method, going towards the Amazon direction. And like Amazon, they want to manage it themselves. So how is it going to be benefiting us? What's going to be changing? Well, here we have new choices for buyers. When buyers purchase from a seller from whom eBay manages payments, they have more ways to pay and enjoy a more streamlined checkout experience. So what they mean now basically is that eBay's gonna get Apple Pay, Google Pay, even some cryptocurrency maybe. So this is the direction that eBay is going to take. And as sellers, we appreciate it because it's going to make our lives so much more better and so much more easier than working with PayPal. Okay, so here we have the streamlined payouts. So regardless of how the buyer pays, payouts are initiated within 2 business days. So what they say basically is when we get sales and when we ship it, the money will be in our Payoneer account in 48 hours. And as they mention here, weekends and some holidays, there are delays in the payments, which is to be expected. So from when eBay confirms the buyer's payment, once a payout is initiated, Payoneer makes funds available to you within minutes. What's important to keep in mind is that you don't have any fees in transfers between Payoneer accounts. Here we have simplified fees. So basically what that means is now we have 15% break even, 5% fees for PayPal and 10% fees for eBay. Because we are already working with managed payments in some of our US stores, we know exactly what it's going to look like, and it's going to decrease a significant amount from 15% to about 12.09%. What you'll need, you can read that information down below. Then we have the features and restrictions, also something very important to read, and of course, seller protections. Now we're going to the next stage. Go ahead and click on register now. So once you've logged in, this is the first step that you're going through during the connection. First, it's connect a Payoneer account. Moving forward, you'll get paid via Payoneer account. You have two options. You have the option to link an existing Payoneer account or create a new one. Note, seller payouts and charges are processed in US dollars. So what that basically means is even though it's not going to be immediately, you can still work with PayPal for now. So if you want to or not, depending on you, you can make this transfer to Payoneer. Step 2 is sync eBay and Payoneer profiles. This is a step we're going to do soon after you register or link your existing Payoneer account. We'll put in your details from Payoneer to sync your eBay profile. Third stage is adding a credit card or debit card for seller charges and selling costs. So they need a credit card on a file in case you have outstanding accounts owed to eBay and your funds are insufficient. So the fourth stage is submitting the registration info. Payoneer will verify your details and they'll let you know when your account is ready to go. So go ahead and click on get started. Okay, so now we're going to go through all the steps and connect the accounts. So we're going to keep it as an individual account. As for the company account, the only reason you should be using it is if it's a business account and you're actually registered as a business in the country or the region you're currently in. So go ahead and click on continue. And this is the second stage where we sync our profile and our eBay account. So go ahead and click on the yes sign in. And this is the part where we connect our eBay account to our Payoneer account. Go ahead and sign in to Payoneer, and you can see it automatically does it for you. Here you can see that it's already synced to our Payoneer account. So go ahead and click on continue. Here in the third stage, we're going to add our credit or our debit card. So you're going to type in all of your credit card information, card number, expiration date, security code, first and last name, everything that's on your credit card or your debit card. So once you have all of that information, just go ahead all the way down at the bottom of the page and click on continue. So we are at the final stage of submitting the request. This will send your request to be verified by Payoneer. eBay will contact you once you are activated on managed payments. So it's important for me to note that we are waiting. It's been weeks, and on some of the accounts, we still don't know where they're at, what their update is. We haven't gotten any information yet, so keep that in mind. But anyways, go ahead and submit your request. So here you can see your registration information has been submitted. You'll soon get to experience a new way to sell and a new way to get paid on eBay. Payoneer is working on getting your account approved. They may reach out to you if they need any more information. So of course here you see some more information about what we talked about a little bit earlier, and basically from here we just have to wait. And you should receive an email telling you welcome to eBay's managed payment.
Alright, so for this example, you're gonna go ahead and jump into your eBay store and then go ahead and click on overview. From here, we're gonna go ahead and select payments. And then here you have your financial summary, and over on the right hand side, you have your payout method. This is where you can go ahead and connect to your bank account. We do already have one connected, but for the sake of the example, let's go ahead and jump into it. So here you have the option to put in multiple different credit cards or PayPal. And this, of course, you can use to purchase on eBay as well as pay eBay fees. Here, let's say you have your main account. Now it can be a personal account or a business account. So now we can scroll down to the bottom and select add payment option. From here, you can go ahead and select bank account. And I get this message because I already do have an account linked
But if you are a new user and just adding your account for the first time, you will not get this message. But I'm gonna go ahead and click continue, and we're gonna add a bank. Now you can go ahead and select your bank. And then from here, you're gonna log in using your banking information. If you do get a phone number that you already have in your account, make sure that it's a relevant phone number. And this is because you will get an authorization code on your phone. So once you receive that text message, you can go ahead and put in the authorization code in this box. Once you do so, go ahead and click continue. And then here you get to confirm your bank details. So here you have selling costs, and preferred for selling costs, we'll charge this amount first for any outstanding costs before trying other payment methods on file. So I suggest turning this option on. Once you do that, you can go ahead and click add. And there you have it. You've added a bank account. And it's simple as that. Your bank account is linked to your eBay store. Once you have read through this and gathered all of the information as to what documents you may need, you can go ahead and click Get Started, which is down at the bottom. So the first thing you have to do is connect a Payoneer account, and you will have to verify your phone number. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is type in the phone country code where you are coming from, and then below that you will type in your phone number. Now, if all of this information is accurate, you can go ahead and click text me at the bottom. Now, please be sure that the phone number that you have entered is active, because you will receive a code, which is the security code to verify your phone number. Once you receive it to your phone, you can go ahead and type it in here under security code. And then right after that, you can go ahead and click on continue. So now when you go to connect to a Payoneer account, if you do already have an existing account, you can go ahead and connect to that one. So if you have registered your eBay account as a company, then you can go ahead and click change to a company. But if you have registered as an individual account, you can keep as individual account. And what individual means in this case is just using your own personal information. So once you have selected the appropriate circle, go ahead and click on continue. So now eBay asks you if you have an existing Payoneer account. Now, if you do, you can go ahead and click yes, sign in. But if you don't, you can go ahead and create one right here on the spot. So for the sake of this example, let's say that we do not have a Payoneer account. So let's go ahead and create one. And once you click on that, a pop-up for signing up for a Payoneer account should show up on your screen. Now, some of the information may already be filled out. Be sure to go through it and check if everything is correct and make changes where and if needed. The one thing that might not be filled out is the date of birth, which you will have to do manually yourself. So once all of the information is filled out, you're going to go to the bottom and click on Next. Next, you will be filling out your contact details. So the country, street number, and then you'll have more address information, optional, city or town, and the postal or zip code. And at the bottom, they will ask you for your phone number, and I suggest that you use the same number that you used on your eBay account for your Payoneer account. Once you have your phone number filled out, you can go ahead and click on Send Code. Again, you will get a verification code to your phone number, which you will just go ahead and type into this box. And after you have everything filled out, all of the information is correct, go ahead and click Next. Here we come to security details. So you're gonna have to type in a username enter a password, re-enter your password, your security question, and of course your security answer if you happen to forget your password. Then of course the country of nationality. And then for your ID details, you have to have the country of where your ID is from, what it says on your ID. Then of course your ID type, it's a national ID, you can do a driver's license, and the ID number that's on the card. Once you have all of that filled out, again, just go ahead and click on next. And this is the process where you have to add a bank account for withdrawals that belong to you or your company. So you're going to type in your current bank information into Payoneer. Okay, so here you have to fill out your bank name as well as the account number and of course account holder name. Once you have everything filled out, check the box where it says that you agree to the terms and conditions. And of course, click the box where it says I agree to the pricing and fees. After that, go ahead and click on submit. And that is the process on how to make your eBay account a seller account and how to link your Payoneer with your eBay and your current bank account. One more thing to mention, all of the information that you give eBay, such as your name, address, location, phone number, should all be the same information that you give to Payoneer. So once you have gone over the owner details, you can go ahead to the bottom and click on continue. Now, third step is add a credit card or debit card. Now you have to add a card for the selling costs. We need the card on file in case you have outstanding amounts owed to eBay and your funds are insufficient. The credit card you add for selling costs should match your Payoneer currency to avoid the possibility of additional fees. So once you put all of your credit card information in, you can go to the bottom and click on continue. Okay, now you're at the step of where you submit your request. This will send your request to be verified by Payoneer. eBay will contact you once you are activated on managed payments. Then of course you can go ahead and submit request. So after you have attached your eBay account to your Payoneer account, you will get an email from Payoneer, which is we need additional information to proceed. So once you do receive this from Payoneer, you're just going to go ahead and click here at the bottom, go to Verification Center. This will directly bring you to your Payoneer account. So now towards the bottom, we have the verification center where they will require you for additional information to account approval. So what is the problem? We have reviewed your application and we just need a few more details to approve your account. And then this is where you're going to provide them with, in this case, an address verification and your government issued photo ID. For address verification, you can go ahead and submit a bank statement with your name and address on it. And when you do take your ID photo, take a photo of your actual ID and make sure it is clear, you can read it easily, and make sure that it is in color format and it's not black and white. Once you have gathered those documents, you can go ahead over to the right hand side and just click on submit, where you will be able to upload those documents. eBay will take some time to process your information, maybe 1 to 2 weeks. So when it comes to uploading some of the documents, you will have to read the instructions in order for the document to be approved. And then of course at the bottom you have the option to select which document you are submitting. So again, a utility bill, a bank document, rental agreement, whatever has your name and the address that you provided Payoneer with, this is what has to be on that document. Once you have selected that, you can go ahead and drag your files into this browser here and then go ahead and click on submit. And it's the same process for the government issued photo ID. Be sure to read all of the instructions in order for your document to be approved by Payoneer. And same at the bottom, you have the option to select which document you are submitting: passport, national ID, or driver's license. So once you have gone through the verification center, Payoneer will contact you after you have been verified. Now again, this can go from 1 to 2 weeks and maybe even 3. So don't be surprised if you are waiting 3 weeks for your approval. Only when your verification from Payoneer is successful, you can then start receiving funds from eBay. Now, once you go back to eBay, you see that your registration information has been submitted. You have the message below. Payoneer is working on getting your account approved. They may reach out to you to collect a few more bits of information. So keep an eye out on your email. Once Payoneer completes the verification process, you can then start selling on eBay. So that would be all on how to set up your eBay seller managed payments and how to set up your account. All right, so now we're going to set a shipping policy. So if your item was shipped from the US, for the shipping policy name, you can name it Ship from US. You may also add a policy description and of course set as default shipping policy. So here you will select the carrier company or the shipping company that you use, and of course the number of days it takes for the item to get to your buyer. So once you have selected your services, over on the right side you have the cost, which is the shipping cost, and of course each additional. So this is if your buyer has chosen to buy from you more than one item. Or you can offer your buyer free shipping. Now let's move on to handling time. So here you can go ahead and select your handling time in this dropdown. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and select 3 business days. So this means that within 3 business days, I need to ship this item to my buyer. So here is the international shipping, and you may select your option once you choose the drop down. So you can select flat, which is the same cost to all buyers. And then you can choose where you ship to. So you can go ahead and select the drop down and then select worldwide, choose custom location or Canada. For this example, let's go ahead with worldwide. And for my services, I'm going to select expedited international shipping. And then for the cost, for example, it's $29. And then for each additional item that the buyer decides to buy from you, we can put in $9. Next, let's talk about shipping rate tables. And then you can apply domestic shipping rate table, or you can apply international shipping rate table. Let's go ahead and create a rate table. And this is because you may charge your buyers different rates. So this all depends on the state and of course your shipping company. And if all of the same rates apply to every state, then you can just ignore the shipping rate tables. And lastly, you can create an exclusion list where you exclude shipping locations. So here you basically choose which country you are not shipping to. After you have selected all of the countries that you do not wish to ship to, you just go ahead and click apply. And that's all for the shipping policy. Once you are done, go to the bottom and click save. Now let's talk about the China shipping policy and what to select when your items are being shipped from China. So again, starting from manage your business policies. So the first thing you have to do is select create policy and select shipping policy. Then of course you have to give your policy a name, and it could be shipped from China or China shipping. And again, no one else sees this but you. You can also add a policy description if you would like, and select set as default policy. Now, when using China as your supplier, it takes around 20 days for the item to get to your buyer. So in this case, economy shipping from Greater China to worldwide, 11 to 35 business days is what you should select when it comes to the shipping. Now, if you wish to give your buyer free shipping, you can simply select free shipping here. Otherwise, you can put the cost of shipping you may charge your buyer with, as well as each additional cost. And for handling time, depending on your supplier, there are different handling times. If your supplier from China ships within 3 days, you can go ahead and select 3 days. But if your supplier is AliExpress, you may want to select 4, 5, or even 10 business days. And if your supplier ships internationally, worldwide, you can go ahead and select flat, same cost to all buyers. Now, just like our previous shipping policy for the US, international shipping and all of these drop downs are exactly the same. So you may select what you wish. But if your supplier does not offer international shipping, you can simply select no international shipping. And of course, you can create a shipping rate table based on the different states in the US. And of course, if you want to exclude some of the shipping locations, you can do that as well. And here you can simply choose from domestic as well as international and additional locations such as P.O. Box that you do not wish to ship to. After you have selected your countries, you can go ahead and select apply. Then you go through your information, make sure everything is correct. And again, there is not much you can do to set up your shipping policy when it comes from shipping from China. It's all just basic standard, and this is what your page should look like when making a shipping policy for China. Once you have gone through all of your information, you can go back to the bottom and click on save. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to create a return policy. First, you're going to give your return policy a name. So let's give this policy a name, Return Paid by Buyer. So when it comes to this particular return, this will be paid by buyer. Now down below, when we go into the return policy, we do have to select domestic returns accepted. And of course, if you had international shipping for this particular item, or if you know that you sold it abroad, you also have to select international returns accepted. So now under domestic returns accepted, after receiving the item, the buyer should contact you within 30 days. So this gives you 30 days to take back the item. Then of course you have return shipping will be paid by, and you should always select buyer because you do not want to pay for shipping. And right below that, you can also select replacement or exchange available. Now, if you want to return shipping to be free, you can go ahead and select seller free returns for both domestic and international. And of course, once you have everything filled out, just go to the bottom and make sure to click save so that this return policy is saved.